Hey, hi, welcome back to the mountain, home of the mountain makers. I'm Megan, your resident maker here to show you again how to jazz up your t-shirts. Today I'm rocking our awesome heart wolves, or wolf heart, I don't actually remember, but it's got both of the above on there, the wolf and the hearts. It's an adult size medium tee. We're going to turn it into this amazing tank top, which I call the maiden cut. And the way it's all like drapey in the back, shows off your shoulders and stuff like that. You know, just like one of them pretty dresses. What we're going to need is one standard t-shirt. We're going to need super sharp scissors. And this time, I'm going to use some tailor's chalk so we can do a little bit of planning in advance while we do this. All right? Cool. Let's do it. So, I'm going to take our shirt, lay it out in our clean, dry, flat cutting area. And the first step of this whole transition is to take your t-shirt and make it into a tank top. So to do that, we're going to start by cutting out the collar and then cutting off the sleeves. Phase 1 is complete. You now have a tank top. For phase 2, we're going to take our shirt and fold it in half the other way. You're going to line up the armholes and the shoulder seams. Once you've got it folded in half like that, we're going to change the hemline. So when we do all this braiding stuff back here, it's actually going to take the back and shrink it up a bunch. So we're going to plan ahead by cutting the front shorter. So for the back half of things, you're going to start just above the existing seam line. Once we're almost to the halfway mark, you're going to start to curve up a little bit till you get there, and then you're going to curve in the opposite direction, almost like an S curve, and cut straight across. All right? It's your new hemline, and then we're going to cut out our back neckline. So, however comfortable you are, however low you want it to go, you know, obviously your bra strap's going to stick out. We'll go right about there. All right, that's the end of phase 2. Phase 3 is when we take out our chalk. So we'll take our chalk. We're going to draw a line a little bit less than a ½ inch from the back neckline. We're going to trace around it. This line is going to be your boundary. You don't want to cut past that line. All right? We're going to set the distance of our braid, make it estimated about 2 inches. I'm going to trace right around. I'm going to mirror that line. It's a little hard to see with a white chalk, I know, but at least it doesn't stink behind. All right, now we're going to draw another boundary line. A little less than ½ inch from your last line. Follow it. There. And then again, for the second row of braiding, a little less than 2 inches. And for the sake of efficiency and what's that other thing called? Where it's the same. Consistency. For the sake of consistency, I'm going to draw in some of these lines that we're going to cut. I'm going to make them just over a ½ inch apart. I like that almost ½ inch measurement in the DIY alterations. A little less or a little more, but never a ½ inch. Now we cut. And when I do these, I like to start my cut by picking up, folding it a little bit on the half and taking a little snip so that you just open it up the tiniest little bit. And then using that to stick the scissors in and complete the cut. Be extra careful not to snip your scissors when you're Careful not to snip your fingers while you're doing this, but try and snip the scissors. That's what they do best. Now, after that last snip there, you've got this much space left over. We're going to fold it in half that way and cut an anchor hole. And the anchor holes are cut on the grain line versus across the grain line on purpose so that they don't stretch nearly as much as these cuts do. And then we do another anchor point. All right, so that is almost all of the cutting that you need to do. Honestly, you're going to use your scissors for 2 more snips, and that's it. So this is what it should look like when you're done. Because all of our little slashes are on different angles, we're not even going to stretch them out and see how far stretchy or loose they get. We're just going to start weaving. All right. So with your first anchor point, you want to take your top loop and pull it through. All right. Now you've created a new loop. You want to take your second loop, pull it through that one. Now you want to take your third loop and pull it through the one you just created, and so on. You're going to go all the way around doing this. And give it a little tug, stretch everything into place, see how it's going to look. Again, we're going to take the strip and pull it through the loop that you've created. And then you take the next strip below it and pull it through the newest loop. It's just like crocheting, I'm told. I've never actually done that, but apparently it's a lot like this. Boop. All right, now here's your last one. Pull it through the last loop. So you've got this freestanding loop, a hole, and your anchor hole. And this is one of your last snips. Now, you've got 2 halves of the same loop. You're going to take one and feed it underneath. You're going to take the other and feed it through the anchor hole. All right? So now you have, again, 2 halves of the same loop on either side of the anchor hole. Tie it once, tie it twice. So that's your first row. Now we're just going to repeat what we just did with your second row. You've got your anchor point, your first strip. Now you have your first loop. Second strip through the first loop. Third strip through the second loop, and so on. And we're down to our last loop again. This is your final snip. Again, I'm going to take one and pull it under, and the other and push it through. All right. 2 halves of the same loop. And that's it. Ta-da! There you have it. This is your finished product. So So thanks for tuning in. Check out themountain.com and facebook.com/mountainmakers for more fun projects and ideas. Bye.